right. There we go. Sorry, my avatar was a bit delayed there. I'm just going to sort out my gems before I do the battle thingy. I was trying to see if I could get the trophy, but I can't. I don't have enough. Go for the lesser one, then I can get rid of them all. Hey! I'm okay. How have you been? Have you been on Halo again? Oops. Final strike. I'll keep that one. I'm just picking some stuff to make the fight a little easier. Maybe. Let's see. Boss and more boss. I was trying to get the trophy for this, but I can't seem to like do it. The worth of the gems isn't quite enough. What have I picked? Pick you. There we go. Now I can focus on like health or something. Aw, no worries. I hope you get to go on it later. Also, if there's like any patches or anything, like it's easy to do that in the meantime. Maybe I'll do recovery for one of them. There you go. What else? Stamina regen would be good. Also, there's meant to be like really hard battles, I presume after you've done the final bit of the story. Because I read something on like a Japanese guide about needing to be like level 70. Because I was wondering why I hadn't unlocked a certain thing, and I don't know, there's not much in English. So I just instantly looked at a Japanese guide and it's like, oh, you're going to need to be level 70 for this thing. I wonder if that would be useful. I'm ending up with being all of these ones though. Just want to see what other things there is. Gems, ninja art, shuriken. No, I think they're okay. The only one that would be good would be HP, but I like the idea of more stamina recovery. I'm gonna pick Blackheart as well, because I kind of like her fighting style. I wonder what would be spare for her. She's gonna have like not as good stuff probably, but I don't know, it seems you don't share it. I don't really noticed if you shared it or not. There we go, that's you sorted. Sorry for doing this now though. Aww. I suppose that's not too bad. I'm glad you're getting back into it. I'm also glad like they've not spoiled it, because a lot of modern games are spoiled by stuff. I give her HP instead. See which one seems better. Right, here's HP. Suppose I can give her a bit of recovery too. Natural regen. I get that one. Yeah, I do wonder if they were intending it to be a battle royale, you know, because of it being a big area. Do you think like they thought about it and then went, nah, it's probably not going to work? Like they backed off because of people's reactions. Hey Ray! I get what you mean though with that. Every day I feel I haven't done enough. But in your case, like, they're stealing your time. I hope you feel okay though. How's it been? I hope you've been alright. I get that one. EXE's good. Boss. There we go. Sorted. Aw, I'm glad you're doing okay. I hope you have a nice time when you're off as well. Oh shit, I didn't change my equipment. I've kind of got used to Bland's fighting style, so I don't want to give it up. What one's this? 8, reload speed. I may just give her all of the OP stuff. I hope you're alright though, definitely. Hopefully after Christmas you can do whatever you like. Ooh, that's a long sleeping time. Do you feel a lot better? Like, do you feel more well rested? Let's go for that one. And I'll keep that. I like revivals. It's lovely, isn't it? You know, like when you wake up all refreshed. It should definitely always happen. So she's going to have the 45. And 24. Fair enough. Can't use that. Don't care about status things. That could be cool. I'm just like messing with my stuff to make the boss battle a little easier. It'll probably be a lot easier if you're like leveling up. Ah, I hate when that happens. Did you sort of sleep so your neck was sort of at a like weird angle? You know, like if you sleep like on your shoulder and then your neck's like tilted down, that like really hurts. It's one of the worst ones. I keep defense. Now to kill stuff. I'm more suited for the world now. I've done like every quest that's available until I do this, I presume. Aww. Try and get, trying to think of a good way of preventing that. Only thing you can really do is like surround yourself with pillows. So you know, like no matter where you sleep, your head's like upright. That's all I can think. I hate getting like neck aches and stuff. It's like one of the worst things. Hello. Let's see how we do. Level 70 stuff's gonna be fun. I got free stuff, so I don't care. Hello. But yeah, I mean, what I do, you know, like if my neck hurts, I tend to like rest my head on a hot water bottle. He interrupted my combo. There we go. Now I have to go the other way. I'm used to this bit anyway. It's okay, you can do it next time. Thank you for that. Don't want to like lose anything before I get there. Trying to think of another one. I mean, like going in the shower can kind of help as well, because like heat relaxes, you know, tense muscles. That's why I use the hot water bottles. It's just purely distraction. I mean, if you don't want to burn yourself, they'll put like a thin towel over it as well. I got lost. No, I don't think I have. Maybe. I was looking at the wrong bit. So has he spawned? Yeah, you have. At least you know I'm not OP. I do like this move though, it's fairly OP. Aw, have you saved up any for like a laptop? I do think it'd be good for you though. You'd be able to pretty much go on anything, as long as it's been, let's say, extracted to the PC. Are you not very good at saving up? I don't blame you if you're not. Because I can't save up either. Are you sort of the immediate sort of pleasure type of person? Like, to me, I can save up as long as, you know, there's nothing to buy. Like at the moment, I need to buy some visual novels because the aftermarket price is increasing. Nah, can't have that happening. Their moves are good. Debuff's nice too. I suppose. In my case, like, I just sort of... I don't like using anything, if that makes sense. I'm really weird and restrictive with that sort of stuff. Oh, we're going straight into the boss battle. He always seems a tad quiet. Yeah, you got debuffed. Let's do the special and see how much that does. Oh, she's already eroding my health. Doing a hell of a lot better though. I think it's the boss gem things. Final thing, I think. Sorry, significantly easier though, because of that. Maybe I will do the extra battle things. She's got a nice part too, though. What sort of things do you think you get on the PC, though? You know, in terms of, like, stuff? Like, what would be your first thing to get? And I think what I'd want if I could be bothered. You know, getting everything working. I do want to, like, play some PS2 games, eventually. I just don't like the feel of playing on PC, that's the only thing. Nah. She killed us. And go. Aww. I suppose it'd be much easier to do that than the phone. At least in theory, I found Discord's easier with phone. I get confused about what things I should have connected. But you could have like video sort of things, you know, video watching sort of stream thingies. That would be a hell of a lot easier on that. Why is that move so damn harsh? I mean, some microphones are okay. You know, like cheap ones. I mean, the one I've got's kind of expensive. But I do think you can get like decent second-hand ones. Yeah, it's too risky to do specials on it. There we go. Ah, yeah, headphones and mic, perfect. Actually, yeah, get the Astros. Because those were the old ones I used, you know, for the stream. They're, like, really good for, I don't do that, it's annoying. Hey, Ocean! But yeah, Astro A10s, they're pretty decent. Make this woman stop it. Please, stop it. No, don't do it again. Get slammed, man. I hate that gun attack, it's so nasty. But yeah, they're wired as well, so you can use them with your phone. And they work with like analog stuff. They're really decent. I still use them on my laptop actually. You know, for like random stuff. Just in case. I just need to road you a little bit more. No. Gun time? Ooh, God, I hate that attack. But they also should be cheap. Yeah, that was significantly easier. Honestly, I feel sorry for her. That gun was nasty. It's going okay. How have you been? How's your week been so far? Well, I should say like Wednesday. Hope you're alright though. Sorry for like being a bit behind. I suppose. I mean, I know you could always buy like parts and things. You know, for the PC to make it cheaper. Aw, I'm glad you're good though. Hmm? Is it Wednesday? I thought it was Thursday. I'm literally checking. No, sadly it is Thursday. I don't feel sympathy for her, if I'm honest. I do kind of like that in boss fights when like come at me. Hmm? I've never heard of that. But then again, I don't socialise, so. Where's that meme from? Is it like a streamer thing? It's so fun just hearing random English there. You probably have to like kill yourself probably with that. I forgot it's called. You know, like honourable suicide after you've sort of lost a battle. It's kind of what you'd need to do. Aww. That'd be pretty bad though if you didn't have a chair and you fell off one. Were you like using magic or were you just that sort of, I don't know, not out of it? Yeah, seppuku. That would be probably what should have to do, wouldn't it? I think it's more she wants to die because she feels she's committed a lot of sins in what she's doing. She's probably not as bad as she seems, but honestly, method, I don't know. You don't have to be bad. Oh, no worries about lurking. Take care of yourself though. Keep warm as well. Ah, speak soon then. But keep warm though, definitely. Yeah, I do kind of like hearing like random English. She pronounces things really well too. You can't really unify the world with peace. Not when you do it that way. I kind of think she's meant to be Western. I actually think that's why they're doing that. I presume like if they had like English voices it'd be even more apparent. But I do feel that's what they're getting at. Like she's meant to reference, I guess, being a Westerner. I kind of like it though. It's like jarring but amusing. You know, like you used to hear in Japanese and then there's like a random shit in there. Oh yeah, they keep referencing like ninja versus ninja, which is also like an English thing. Like, I don't think the origin of the word's been defined, so technically I don't think there's a true pronunciation. But Japanese seems to go ninja, and ours is ninja. But the Your Gamer character says the ninja like a Westerner. I think that's another reference. We come to their world though and to try and destroy theirs. It doesn't make sense. Hmm? Sorry, I'm just trying to work out what that means. Amanai ri no kokoi ichi no kata. I only know one bit of that. Something the first. Kata kata. Is that from a game? Oh, I suppose kata's like a type of move, isn't it? Like martial arts. So first, like move, at least in a more direct sense. Okay. Is it like a popular one? Ah, Demon Slayer. I've never watched it. I've seen way too much of the artwork though. I guess at least when people latch on to popular anime, it's not as bad as popular other things. Oh, she's brilliant. You should have a whole game where all of the characters have amnesia, like all of them, so just nothing makes sense. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. I think for the phone, I think you hold the power button and the sound button. I think that one does it. Ah, hello. Hello, Callis. How are you? Welcome as well. And thank you for the follow. But yeah, you need amnesia. Need a whole game with it. I think it's a Sony one, but don't most of them do this, like, you know when you hold the power button and the sound? I think a lot of them have that if it's Android. At least that's what I thought. Big boss fight.
結果的に時間稼ぎだけは任務を果たせたようだ。おい、さっさと行こう。どうしても話したいなら終わった後にでも話せ。
But yeah, try the power and sound button. I think it's the top sound button, as in like you turn it up sound button. I think both of those like together like is like a hard reset or something. That might work. Now I know you can't take out the battery like old phones.
皆さん、行きましょう。ゴーも来てくださいますか？ああ。俺は仲間まで失うわけにはいかないから。
I've never had that before.
行くぞ。この任は最後の最後に負けてしまった。これも因果応報というやつか。ミーたち二人でやり遂げると誓ったんだ。守れずにすまない。鉄子。
Now the direct boss fight.
結局なんでアッキーを復活させるのかわからなかったね。
That would be kind of cool. To be honest, like amnesia is such a common mechanic in games. I think something like that would work. I do wonder if you, the player, would be privy to it or not though, or they'd set you off not knowing anything. Aww. Have you played this one as well? Aww. Sorry though. I'm more of a Nep fan, but I have like played like all of the Senrans that are on like Sony consoles. I do have the 2 DS versions as well. I just need to get, not DS, 3DS. Ah, nice. I hope you like it. It's decent like so far. Aw, thank you. But yeah, I think it's a good crossover. I wish I'd done it sooner though, you know, before the Sony apocalypse. I think we're going to destroy it this time. I kind of hope it's like the Yoma, you know, like in Senran. Ah, nice. The PS3 one was the first one I played. Trying to think. My favourite was like Victory though. And then like I bought all of the other stuff. The whole reason I bought a PS4 was because of V2. I just hope we're not forced to buy PS5 because of it. I don't want to get stuck in the Sony loop when they don't want us. Because I do kind of feel we're not wanted at all. But yeah, I miss the PS3 days, those were the best. Did you manage to finish the first PS3 game as well? Aww, the first one's kind of awkward, you know, because of the battle system. You can like cheese it though, you know, once you're at an adequate level, you have like the natural healing that happens. Put every percentage you can into it. Rebirth is much more well formed, definitely. I prefer the story in the first PS3 game though, over Rebirth. I don't know why, I just do. But I can totally see where they changed it. It wasn't very functional. That battle early on is like hard mode with the healing. But you can cheese it so easily. Like, if you never manage to finish it, basically do your own combos, remember them, make sure you always have Compa, she can destroy barriers, focus on her a lot, and then have Neptune deal massive amount of damage. Mark 2. I did every ending. Mark 2 was actually the one that made me like obsess over trophies. It's the first game I ever platinumed, and the first one like ever went so stupid over. I got every ending. Conquest was kind of sad though. I kind of felt bad. Yeah, I kind of felt bad. You know, especially like you know when you get to Blan and her sisters, that just feels sad. Even Noir, I suppose. Whereas Neptune like sort of willingly accepts it, which is depressing in a different way. I wonder if I should play that on stream one day. I have to get the PC versions though. It'd be nice to talk, but everything's set in motion. She doesn't seem like a bad girl though. I know it feels bad, doesn't it? Like she kills everyone and she's got close to all those poor girls. Just feels bad and unfair. But yeah, I do feel like Blan and her sisters is the worst one. Just feels so wrong. And you think what other endings are bad? I mean, there's the V2 ending, you know, where you have like the sisters being killed by the mimicry characters. I don't blame you, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling, like finishing it. I don't remember how you get that. You know, that like the Conquest ending. I mean, the sword is good though. But it's not nice, is it? Oh yeah, did you hear about the new Sisters game that's going to be coming out as well? Because that might be fun. Because it'll be the first one where the sisters have had a main role since ages ago. Oh, she's only small, she can't do nothing. I suppose if anyone could talk her down, it would definitely be Neptune. I suppose Nepgia is only doing it out of protection. That'd be like messing with her head though. Basically, there's the first Neptunia game on the PS3. That's a self-contained dimension called Super Dimension. Not to be confused with the If game though. As for Mark 2, you could technically count that as the first of the series in canon order. And it's basically, the sisters have been kidnapped. So you're just playing, not the sisters, the elder sisters have been kidnapped. So Neptune, etc. And then you're just stuck with the sisters who are underconfident. And Nepgia is the main character. And she's kind of, I know, she's very self-hating, the poor thing. And basically you talk to the other sisters and like help convince them to come along with you. And the whole story is like anti-piracy basically. But yeah, I suppose the worst ending is basically, I wouldn't say they're sideline. They're sort of, how would you describe them? Because they are in other games, they just get less of a role with time, which is a shame. But basically the sisters, or the younger sisters, represent like handheld, so they're not as powerful as the elder siblings who represent like, at the time, PS3, PS4, etc. But yeah, they're taken out of the picture, and Neptunia gets desperate on one of the endings and is basically like, okay, I've got to use this sword to kill the final boss because there's no other way I can do it. And the sword takes like the power of all the other CPUs. And yeah, it's quite a depressing ending as Neptunia basically kills all of her friends and family if you count Neptune. It's like one of the more darker endings. It's probably Compile Heart's first attempt at being dark. Whereas I'd say Mary Skelter's probably one of the more refined ways of being dark that they did. Or Death End Request, I'd say that's refined too. It's kind of hard to describe. I mean, the anime sort of covers it to a degree. It's not the Conquest ending, but it like covers the elder CPUs being captured and losing power, and the sisters like gaining confidence and power, and then rescuing them. And then it like transitions into victory as you have Plutia, and then you sort of have all of the other random stuff, but it mainly just covers those. The anime sort of does a skim job of everything, but like V2, as it wasn't really out, I don't think, or was it? Can't remember. Sorry though. I know, after that she must have been so disturbed. Not only that, but she was on her own, wasn't she? Like there was no other CPU, she was completely alone. Poor thing. I mean, didn't a lot of people like hate her for that as well, poor Neptunia? Aww. Honestly, it is depressing. I think I did that one. Did I do it? I don't think I did it first. I think I did one of the like area endings. You know how you can get like Planetune ending, etc, etc. I think I did one of those then, Conquest. Feels really depressing. I don't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do it last. It feels like you're doing an injustice. Does that mean like it's gone them permanently? What sort of game was it? Or was it like an anime? So I'm sure it's not like an uncommon thing though. I just want to know if it looks like the Yoma from Senran. I mean, I do like the characters they've introduced though. Ah, there is some like that. There's some VNs like that. Saya no Uta's kind of a bit like that. It's twisted as hell though. Aww. I mean, it's usually when the main character themselves is corrupted, isn't it? So like Kratos like destroys everything. Is that like a bad ending or is it like intentional? So I don't know if I had different endings in action adventure. That's kind of cool though. I like ones that have bad endings, to be honest. He's got glowing weak points, but they're not red. I like the music though. He's just destructive. I've only seen like footage of the God of War games. I've never played them. Like I kind of skipped Sony. I kind of skipped Sony until like the PS3 generation. So I was like Nintendo then Sony. And now I don't know, maybe PC. Because it's going to have to go that way. Aw. Thank you though. Aw, no worries about lurking. I hope you're okay. Aw, thank you. Try and get some... Ooh. Hey, you nearly got the fabled one though. Sorry it's been a troll though. Unless you want the 0. Aw, thank you for the follow. I hope we get a CG. I don't think we will though. Aw, thank you. Aw, thank you as well for the follow. And welcome as well. I need to add a hug command, don't I? You mean the lurk command or the other one? So it's sort of is I forgot the mythology of like that. Thank you for the summary though. But yeah, that totally makes sense. It'll be mad at the gods. Nice to meet you as well. Maybe I should play it because they did port them, didn't they? I suppose that, so basically in the end he becomes what he hates. Seems kind of punished. Yeah, you can say a joke. Poor Kratos though. That is how all like mythology works, so it's always cruel. Who's there? Each who? Aww. Thank you, Ray. Aww. Oh, that's quite a sweet joke. Thank you for being nice though. Sorry, I'm just reading the thingy. Aww. Damn, that's so cruel though. But yeah, that's like sort of the gods for you. It's always like sort of cruel mythology. It sort of makes sense why he is the way he is though, with that sort of treatment. Can't even die. Aw, though, Ray. Oops, I pressed X. Yeah, it's the share energies. I suppose they can just infinitely create them in their own way. So does it take their life force in this dimension? Ooh. Yeah, poor thing. I mean, it makes sense, though. Titans are kind of evil. This game released in, I think, October the 31st or maybe 27th in America. In Japan, it released a month previous. I think September the something. So, like, we got a super quick release in the West. Aww. Now I can see why people like Kratos. After all of that, like, you couldn't not have empathy for him. Thank you for the summary, though. A poor guy, though. That's one way of wording it. Only because there's more of you. Yeah, a lot of the, like, sort of Greek-style gods are kind of... I know they've got all of the worst human traits. You know, like betrayal and lust and all of these horrible things. Like, they're just horrible. I presume they want to humanize gods, though. Have you played Senran? Because this game's a crossover. So I'd recommend, like, Neptunia or Senran. Like, both of them are decent. Like, just depending on what you like. Senran has much more fan service, though. Especially the old one. Get Estival versus. It's not censored. I suppose. Is that, like, in the proper Greek lore as well? If so, I suppose it would explain why they're so horrible. I'd highly recommend Senran. Estival Versus is very cheap now too. They did do a re-release of the first game on the PS3. I've only heard, like, bits and pieces of Greek lore. Like, in terms of, I think I've only really heard the basics, you know, of, like, stuff about Zeus and everything. And maybe a bit of Athena. And a small bit about Hades. But not the whole thing. I didn't realise, like, the Pandora's box thing is what made them so messed up, though. Because they have a lot of bad traits. So the games are like a good summary, then. Ooh, get the PC version. If there is a PC version, I think one of them might have been. I'll just have a quick check. Aw. History's quite fun, isn't it? At least, like, old history. Modern history's really boring. I studied history, but it was only, you know, modern. So you've got, like, 1900 to now. It's not at all interesting. But yeah, I'm just going to check if Senran is on the PC. I'm sure they did release some. Come on. What we got? They've got Burst Renewal on Steam. That one's the modern one. And the fans will have probably modded out any censorship. Oh, they do have Estival Versus on there too. I recommend Estival Versus for the lack of any censorship. Because I don't know if Burst Renewal got it altered out purposefully. Oh, that one, New Link. New Link's decent. So basically God of War's like a good way of like summarising the plot. I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's a good way of getting into it, certainly. I mean, I remember playing like an old game that kind of had a bit of history mixed into it. It was like a visual novel though. I do love their designs in this though. Oh yeah, are you into more turn-based or like action? Because Senran's more action. And Neptunia's turn-based, mostly. You have Four Goddesses Online. That one's action though. So I suppose there's some things. I presume it's so like they could have their own little story arcs and things, and not like fully do the lore. What about like the modern God of War? How does that change from it? You know, like the one where he's taking the ashes. Yeah, I'm okay hearing a messed up story. It can't be any more messed up than Saya or Uta. Well, maybe it can, but I don't know. That one's the most messed up one, but it's not real, luckily. I suppose that's a form of justice, isn't it, its own way? Don't have strong feelings, you ain't getting nowhere. We should be able to fight him as well. Ah, Stockholm Syndrome totally makes sense though. So, trying to think, was some of that in like Hades the game? Was you playing as like the son, aren't you? I wonder if that's like a slight reference to that. But yeah, that one's like very human. That's like happened in real life. Aw, thank you for the lurk as well. I hope you're okay. Hades isn't bad. I do think it's like taking it seems more liberal with the mythology though. But yeah, you're playing like Hades' son. No worries. I hope you find something really good. I would recommend Senran though, especially since you have some familiarity with it. Aw, it was nice meeting you too. Take care as well. I hope you find something really great. Ah, okay, that makes much more sense. So that's sort of how they continued it on. I kind of thought it was like a reboot of sorts. But no, it sort of works. But is his like personality much different? Because he still seems, I don't know, scarred, if that makes sense.
そうですね。信じましょう。どんな難易度のミッションもクリアしてきましたし、やるときはやる皆さん。
What happens if you haven't done all of the missions? That's like how she says that. Ah. I mean, I do like you know, the scenes like you know, with him and his son. It's kind of sweet. He's like a bit rough around the edges, but you can tell he cares. I mean, I've saw more of like a playthrough of it. I've saw like a playthrough of Hades and that. No worries, I hope you can sort it. Sorry about that. But yeah, remember, press like the power and like up button. Either that or you want to let the power completely run dry. And don't charge it, allow it to die for a bit. It needs to completely reset if you use that method. Because it's all about it keeping the memory of what it's doing. Stupid things though.
ある姫。いえ、これは姫のビジョンですね。ある姫、どうしました？前と様子が違いますね。
So they're like getting shares all around the world, aren't they?
エースさん、はいちゃん、見てください。外です。外を見るですよ。え？なんである姫のビジョンが空にも？
I suppose you'd have enough power to do this at this point.
世界中の皆さん、お願いがあります。喋ったです。
Yeah, I heard about the bit where he's meant to be Loki. So that makes sense why you're killing the Valkyries too. At least some of them. Aw, it's okay, I can't really accept affiliate. I've technically got it in May, but I can't accept it because of silly stuff in my country. But yeah, that sort of makes sense. So who's like the guy who you fight? Because there's like a guy who appears like often. Like he's right near the start. But yeah, I do remember like at least bits and bats of it. I'd probably remember more if I'd like played the other games, or you know, because you've got more linking it. Thank you for the summary though. Sorry if I seem ignorant though with it.
声が届いている皆さんにお願いがあります。今この時に世界の危機に立ち向かっている人たちがいます。
Ah yeah, I remember the talking head guy. What an unlucky placement. Oh, it's okay, don't worry about the affiliate thing. Like eventually maybe I can just jump ship and it'll be fine. But yeah, if you take affiliate here, it's counted as a job because of the income thing. So it's kind of awkward. Thank you though.
お願いします。皆さんの力を貸してください。世界を、ゲーム人界を守るために。皆さんの思いを私に託してくれませんか？
Yeah, at the moment I'm unemployed, and if you earn a certain amount of income, like basically if you earn £20 a month, it's counted as a proper job. So I'd be breaking my contract. So that's why I can't like take affiliate, because the way Twitch pays things out, you're going to be getting way more than £20, because it's like $100 when it pays it out. If I had like a normal job and I was doing this, it wouldn't matter at all. But I don't really want to breach any contracts or anything like that. If I had like another job though, it'd be totally fine. But yeah, I don't really want to screw myself over for silly things like that. I thought it'd be okay, like, you know, just spending time building myself up though.
これってネプコたちのことよね。R 姫もついていったのね。
As in the British throne. Because I know, like, I think if it's the British throne, I think a lot of politicians, as in UK politicians, are. I don't know if I want to say that's unfortunate or not. I mean, is it like distant cousin? Because I think David Cameron was like, Henry. Yeah, he did have like a lot of like relatives because of his antics. I thought so. I didn't want to be rude though. I'd say it's unfortunate to be related to the royals. I mean, at least it's something unique though. Because not many people have anything that unique. But it's not one you want to like, I don't know. But yeah, Henry got around, didn't he? There's probably like loads of people who are related who don't know, the poor things. Oh yeah, our royals are like related to the German royals or something. So you've got like German ancestry probably too. At least somewhere down the line.
はい、間違いありません。R 姫ならば一緒に行くと思っていました。R 姫は無理してるですか？前も長い時間使えなかったのに、ビジョンをこんなに大きく使ったりして心配です。
No. I think Kratos seems like a good dad. I hope they're less cruel with him though. I feel bad for him. Like, going through all of that stuff, like, your life would just be anguish. Like, oh, Henry. As for Henry, I don't know. He did what he wanted. There's probably like, I mean, you've got all the wives and then you've got all of the maids that he would have knocked up. That's a lot of children. I'm sure he's not the only one, but he was notorious for it. Have you seen how he's meant to look though? I don't know how it happened, if you get my meaning. Maybe he wasn't as big as depicted. The thing is though, like, his daughters ended up being decent. At least Elizabeth was. She was decent. I know it's like the old school thing, you need a son though, to carry on the bloodline and all that stuff. I wonder, like, I'm surprised he didn't like secretly adopt a son. The chances are they couldn't really find out back then. Maybe.
もしかしたら強い思念に反応して幻を見せる雲津平坂の力を利用しているのかもしれないわね。
Okay, that's quite a nice lineage. At least a unique one. Did you do like the whole ancestry thing, you know, the DNA thing? Or do you have like sort of family members who know all of this stuff? Because I know like my family has a coat of arms, but I don't think it's too important. No one really knows anything in my family either.
ビジョンの力を持つ R 姫と幻を見せる特性を持つ雲津平坂。偶然なのかしら。
I totally recommend not doing the DNA stuff.
旗の国や他国の忍者たち、伝説の巫女の血を引く姫、そして雲津平坂。
But yeah, if you know, like, you know, from family trees and stuff, I recommend just doing those over DNA. Because you don't know who's getting your DNA, to be honest.
きっと何かが起こると思っていました。すでに秋が目覚めたのだとすれば、R 姫がすることはただ一つ。
I don't think that's bad. Being Scottish or Irish, at least in part, is not a bad thing. Like, they're more interesting, I'd say, you know, as people. Especially, like, historically. Especially Scotland. Scotland's very interesting. Aww. It's not your fault who you're related to. It's like an interesting thing though as well. You can also see it as like there's interesting things like in your heritage, because most people don't know anything about the heritage really.
もしかして春姫はシェアを束ねるためビジョンを使って分かったです。ネプネプたちのためこうですか？
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The British higher ups are horrible. To be honest, they're horrible and corrupt. They need to go away. But yeah,
そういうことなら私もやるわ。
I can see why you wouldn't like it though. I'm British and I don't like it. Don't like them. I suppose you could always see it that way. I mean, some of them had like unfortunate like illnesses and things. I mean, that could be part of the times too, though.
皆さんと共にこの世界のために共に戦いましょう。
I kind of expect her to have more shares, but maybe it's individual. Like faith rather than status. So they're gonna break his barrier then.
この世界中ほぼ全てのシェアが取り込まれています。それに比べてあなた方はたった10人。
Aww. It's like calling back the days of the alcohol. God, that must have hurt drinking that much back then. I mean, in theory though, like, you can have like some interesting throwbacks, you know, like having green eyes and ginger hair, you know, like with the heritage, because those are like beautiful features, at least of like Scottish and Irish people. As for British, though, I don't know. We're kind of boring.
分かっていますわ。だからといって黙っているだけなんて耐えられませんわ。
but
たとえ10人でも
but for like stomach aches, unless you're lactose intolerant, I'd recommend like sort of milk. Milk's pretty decent for that stuff. Ah, so that would be the Scottish bits, probably the green eyes. Nothing wrong with that though. It's nice to have such, you know, varied family. Because I think mine's probably mainly just British. My eyes are a weird colour though, they're like grey. Which means I'm probably Eastern European too.
ねえ、そうねと言いたいところだけど現実的じゃないわ。さすがに無理よ。
Like my family's weird as well. Like I'm really pale white, but my mother had like dark skin and dark hair. And that's like on her dad's side, not my granddad. Well, same difference. I'm getting it all mixed up. I don't think there's anything too special about it though overall. I just find it weird. Because me and her look so different.
ひるませただけでも上出来だろ。今のうちにみんなで叩くってのはどうだ。
先制攻撃が全く効かなかったのに、このまま戦っても私たちの力だけでは到底及ばない。はいはい、いいこと思いついちゃったもんね。
Well, they're gonna transform, like kick the crap out of them.
世界中のみんなにも助けてもらうっていうのはどうかな。私って誰とでも仲良くなれるし、みんな助けてくれると思うんだ。あれ、今いいこと言っちゃったんじゃないかな。
They should put all of the shares in in a sword and like stab him in one of his weak points.
ネプちゃんなら仲良くはできると思うけど、それこそ無理そう。アッキだっていつまでもひるんでないよ。いえ、できます。私のビジョンなら世界中に伝えられます。そん
I suppose fainting's not that bad, but maybe you wouldn't want to do it here.
時間がありません。結城は私を信じてくれるのでしょう。だから私も自分を信じてみます。
I'm sure there was like this sort of thing was in another game too.
お願いがあります。姫。わかった。迷ってごめん。最後まで姫を信じる。せめてそばで支えさせて。お願い。世界中の人たち。姫に応えてくれ。
Aww. I suppose it's a unique situation, isn't it? Kinda. Aww. Family's so complicated. I have to have a check. I've at least put it into Google so I can check after. Is it something that is in like Mexico and America? I suppose I did this in Art and Ellico as well in the second one. Okay. We don't have that Ed here. I suppose if he does a backflip, at least he's dedicated to not being the dad. You gotta say that he's very dedicated to not being the dad. It seems silly though. I mean, if it's extreme, like backflipping and sort of denying and things, that definitely seems like it. I'd love to see someone deny something so much that the backflip are like, just like, nope, 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 nope. It does a little bit, though no one's that excitable there. How's your phone, by the way, Altair? I hope it's okay now. I hope it's more stable. I like that CG though, that was pretty. It looks like he has cleavage there, but no one can see it. So it's the same sort of program. Oh, that's a good alternative to the Kyle show. Is it like Jerry Springer but less fake? Because if so, that's brilliant. Because Jerry Springer always looked like acted, I guess. I just realised you've seen Kyle teeth and they're scary. It wasn't acted. Some of those people were like nuts though. Aww. Sorry it's like that though. I wonder if it needs, like, you know, like to get rid of all the cookies and all of the junk. Maybe it just needs a little bit of a clean out. He's got a crotch guard. He's quite well evolved. COVID here, like, we're mostly, things are mostly okay. From what I can tell. Bad time for the battery to run out. I'm not dying due to that. Sorry, just getting that. I don't want to die because of it. Because my PS4 controller's kind of dying. It doesn't matter how often I charge it, it'll eventually require more stuff. But yeah, we have like, I mean, you can go to markets and stuff now. I don't know if there's like music festivals, or I haven't heard of anything. Because that'd be the equivalent of like an anime convention. Because our conventions here are kind of tiny and barely exist. But I like the London one. I think that one's big. But it kind of defeats the objective if you can't get there. There you go. I think he's well evolved though. I have a crotch guard. It's like they know you'd punch him in the balls. I mean, do you go to anime conventions and things? No. Let's heal if I'm allowed. There we go. Oh yeah, we don't have masks as well. We've never needed them for quite a while. Probably a good few months now. Aw, no worries. Hope you're feeling okay though. Thank you for still sticking around as well. Hopefully having a shower makes you feel better though. Ooh, I broke it. Nice. This boss feels like I'm killing myself here. Oh god, what the fuck is that? Is it safe underneath them? I like to think it's safe underneath them. Oh, got a different arena. It continues. Oh, we're going into the space dimension, I get it. Aww. I hope you feel better though, definitely. Like having a shower at least relax your body a bit. Come on. Aw, missed him. Aw, no worries. Speak soon though. Hope the shower's nice as well. Baths are still better though. Baths are the best. Go. He has quite an easy pattern. Totally missed him by a mile. rude he tells you to die. Well, have a quick chat. Oh, I like the hair. That's really cool. Is it heavy or anything to sort of wear those sort of things? I've always wondered how they are. I must be like heavy though. Is it like do you have like spray or is it like gel stuff? I just know like spray stuff can be quite heavy. I know if I sprayed my hair it would weigh a hell of a lot. Just gonna heal myself a little. I forget which one was the dodge button for a second. But yeah, that must have like weighed a lot though. Because I know like when my hair's wet, and that's like not even gel or anything, it weighs a lot. I need to stop being so risky. We're gonna revive. Auto recovery, revive. Do you behave tumbling about like that? That still caught me there, didn't it? Ooh. I'm gonna heal. That's pretty amazing though. I suppose using oh, okay. I wasn't expecting it to die. I actually wasn't expecting that. But yeah, using the wire is like quite a smart way of doing it. I just thought like you would have sprayed it, but no, that's definitely a smart way of going about it. Because aluminium's luckily quite light. Nothing wrong with going out your way though. You know, like to do cosplay stuff. She's very smart. She's very smart for coming up with that. Because it like reduced the weight and everything. Like, does she do a lot of cosplay stuff? Oops. Pressed X again. It's probably better to not be asleep forever. Ooh. I mean, at least the end result looked cool though. It's probably nicer than tattoos as well. That one's nasty. But yeah, that would have been like, I presume like you would have had your hair like sort of pulled through stuff as well. You know, to like mesh it together. That's still impressive though. I suppose it's like proper makeup artist in a way. Because they do that sort of thing. Like, that's dedication. Sorry, someone's revving a motorbike outside. I suppose if you've known them for ages as well, like you'll be like used to each other. She'll sort of know how much like pain you can take and things. I'm glad you get on though. Like you've met someone like that. I've never met like a proper stylist before. It seems like a cool job though.
もう手は残されてないよな。
Aw, no worries. Enjoy your food as well, if you do have it when you get back. Try and get yourself some nice sweets or something. I thought so, because teasing hair really hurts, because you're like sort of pulling little strands all at once. Aw. You must be really good friends though.
ええ、陽は破れ、ファントマキアを復活させることも失敗に終わりました。
Yeah,
私にはもう何の策も残されていません。
yeah, she's got nothing to do now.
アッキと戦う前に語ろうとしていた、この世界を侵略してきた理由、ファントマキアを蘇らせる理由をお聞きして
I wonder if the extra missions you unlock are for her sake, maybe.
戦う相手が欲しかったんだ。
陽、無事なのですか？
She's had a bit of time to recover.
ミーが死んだみたいな顔をするな。こいつらは徹子同様スイートなやつらだ。
一緒にされるのは心外だ。殺せば解決というわけでもないからな。生きていればいずれ仲間になることだってある。
Don't know if I'd trust an enemy though. Aww. She seems like sort of like an older sister. That's sweet though, she's trying to help you meet someone. I hope you do meet someone nice though. At least like you'll have something in common with them. She seems like a really good person though. It's nice to have someone like to have you back like that.
戦う相手が欲しいとはどういうことなんですか？
ミーの記憶を見ただろう。徹子の国が勝ち、その後圧倒的な勝利を重ね、いずれ世界は争いのない平和な世界に。
So they need to create an enemy?
争いもなく平和になったんでしょ？それだけですごいことよ。
だがそれは滅びの道だ。戦う相手がいなくなる。
Ah,
力はシェアが必要。
so degraded.
そして世界からシェアが消えかけた。
Aww. That does seem like a sweet relationship though. Even if she is like teasing you by doing that. She probably knows at least she's not been really, really rough with you. Aww. Must be nice though to know someone older as well, that's sort of interesting conventions and things like that. I suppose someone like that as well hopefully would like be able to find you someone reliable. Because I don't know, like when they're more your age they're going to be finding people similar to them. I do hope you meet someone there though. Aww, that's sweet though. I like the idea of like, I always took like, you know, the older sister relationship was a bit like you know, more of like an anime trope thing. But I kind of like the idea of it being like real, you know, genuinely getting on with someone like that. I imagine she pulled your hair quite hard though when you said that.
何？戦う相手がいなくては記憶が戻らない。大変なことだぞ。
I suppose you could put it that way.
はい、大変なことでした。シェアを生み出す強い心とは、相手がいて争いがあるから生まれていたのです。私たちがそれに気づいた時はすでに手遅れでした。
Aww, at least she gave you a chance. She seems really fun though. Have you like the whole time you've known her, have you been going to conventions as well? I mean 8 years is a long time to know someone though. That's like a long time, you know, to get to know someone with meaning. That just sounds fun. So I've never met anyone like that before.
ミーたちと戦おうというものは現れず、さらなる実力を見せ、勢力を分けて戦ってもシェアは伸びず、むしろ減る一方だった。
3 years isn't bad. I suppose you'd like get used to the costumes and things and everything by then. But yeah, that does sound good. So have you just been going together for 3 years along with like everything else? Did you like meet her in school and things?
弱い方を応援したいみたいな感じかしら。勝利して名が上がるほど何をしても上げ足取りされて、批判されて、叩かれて、炎上する。
I think I like AAA
辛
games,
かったわね。
except they are bad.
そこで私たちの次元とは別のところから戦う相手を探す必要がありました。いくつかの次元を超え、この次元にたどり着いたのです。
Kinda like cancer though doing that.
ファントマキアをミーの次元に連れて行き、ミーたちの国はファントマキアと戦い続ける。
True, but like you had to ruin this place for that.
あんなやつどうやって連れて行く気だったんだ。話は通じなかったし、戦い続けるったっていつか倒すだろ。
No, that's a really nice way of meeting someone. It's just sort of casual. I think the best sort of relationships though are like formed out, you know, just natural things, like everyday interactions. Like, I don't know, you meet someone at a bus stop and you're stuck with them for quite a while. That sort of thing. I kind of like that though. That's definitely a friend to keep. Definitely. I hope you know each other for like a long, long time after as well. Like maybe she'll get to go to your wedding one day. That'd be cool.
ファントマキアはこの次元ではアッキと呼ばれていますが、本来はシェアを使うことができる神のような存在です。その身は不死身に近いでしょう。
They just endlessly kick the crap out of it. I almost feel sorry for it.
次元が違えば、そして日の当たる場所に出られていたとしたら、そこに国が生まれ、それを守護する存在となっていたかもしれません。
Aww. Hopefully you'll meet her again though. I think some people understand though, like, you know, like with being in a rush and things. Because, like those things are very, I don't know, you've not got a lot of time to do them, have you? But I hope you do get to see her again. And you have a little more time to talk. Just swap like numbers or, you know, like, I don't know, like Discord contacts or Twitter or anything. You know, just so you can like keep in touch.
ありえる。いえ、設定としてはありますわね。悪魔が主役で神と戦うようなゲームなど、それこそ無数にあります。
I'd say it's definitely saying she's interested. Like she's interested in getting to know you and stuff. Because it's like, you know, like just talking to someone. Just talking to someone's quite nerve-wracking. But that definitely means like she's interested in you as a person. I don't know about flirtatious though. I'm kind of weird. But I'd say maybe other women that might be a thing though, definitely. But yeah, definitely try and get her contact details when you meet her again. Especially if she's into the same stuff you are. Like that's a worthy person. It's so rare to find people who are interested in stuff.
ファントマキアの恨みは、いえ、恨みの原動力はこの世界に向いており、私とようであればコントロールすることもできました。
そんなにうまくいくか。もし連れて行って戦い続けられたとしても、倒さないとシェアは下がる。それにバレたら終わりだろう。
I think their idea is like not bad, it's just destructive. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Like, there's like a lot of shy people. I don't think anyone means anything bad, you know, about not being straightforward. I think it's like testing the water. You know, like basically, I'll give a slight hint, like, I'm interested in you. Oh, thank you for the follow. But, you know, like you give like a slight indication you're interested and see how the other person reacts. And I presume like you just sort of chip away at each other like that. At least that's how I do it. I'd be too scared to outright say, hey, I'm interested. Because, you know, rejection's nasty.
それは分かっている。だが他に手がなかった。一時的でも徹子の国次元を救いたかった。
Aww.
それが守護者たるミーの役目。
Welcome, by the way. I think it's just like nerves. You know, like, I suppose rejection hurts, I guess. And some people can like get scarred by it, if you get what I mean. Like, I don't know, it makes you more shy and more insecure if someone's like, nah, no thanks. But then again, you're not wasting your time, so it's all confidence in the end. There needs to be like, you know, like a way if you're just writing down your feelings, giving it to someone, and then them just giving you another bit of paper back, and then that would be less bad. I think some people are scared, you know, of ruining the relationships they have as well. You know, like if they get on with someone and they say they have feelings for them, and the other person's like, nah, maybe you'd not be able to be friends with them anymore. It's kind of, maybe that's partly true.
分かっています。これは私たちの都合です。この世界をめちゃくちゃにして謝って許されるわけがないけれど、諦めきれなかった。
I suppose if like you don't know and you keep spending time, I guess there is that. What I'd say is like you want to like, I don't know, you know, like slowly, I guess get to know them and see if you get on first, you know, before trying anything like romantic or anything. It'd just be a shame to lose them, you know, because some people are like that, they'll not want to be friends with you afterwards.
本当にごめんなさい。どうしよう。まあ私たちもいつもしのぎを削り合って国取りしてるから、今度は次元を超えた国取りだったってことだよ。
It's political talking.
そうだな。私たちも戦い自体は否定できない。それがお前たちの戦う理由だったというなら何も言わず。
I mean, I suppose you could just say, like, you could hope for the best and basically say, I'm kind of interested in you romantically, but if you're not, it's fine. I just want to be friends with you at least. I don't want you to go or anything. Yeah, definitely go for the friend route initially. You just want to know you get on with them, because otherwise, just, I don't know, it's kind of sad. Also, if like, you know, they jump into it and they're like, yeah, but you don't really know each other, it might be more destructive. You know, like, as you get to know each other, you realise you're just not compatible. I imagine that would kind of hurt too.
はい。あなたたちの誠意が分かりました。謝るべきは正々堂々と来なかったこと。卑怯な行いは許せません。
Totally agree with that.
私は終わったことは気にしない。だが勝ったのは私たちだ。それは忘れるなよ。
はい。あなたたちは強かった。力も心も。私は謝罪だけなんて許さないわよ。あなたたちは侵略してきたんだから。迷惑かけた国や人を助けて。
I do agree with that. Like, they're like saying all that sympathetic story things, but they're like, I don't know, they tried to ruin these people's world. It's a bit fucked up. No, I think that's sweet. There's nothing wrong with being that way. Cats are lovely animals too. I think that's a good way of being, definitely. But I think like with people, like, I know they're more high maintenance. Even the low maintenance people are high maintenance. Because you've got to have like all the emotional stuff catered to, I guess. I suppose no matter what, the person's got to feel like loved and cared for. That's like the minimum. Even as a friend, I guess you've got to at least make them feel cared for a bit. And it doesn't have to be words. I think you have to like do a degree of actions. If they need words, I don't know, that's a bit silly.
もうそれくらいでいいでしょ。ノワールが怒っているという風に見せかけて手を差し伸べているのは分かってるわ。
Oh no, it's a friendship dig.
ミーたちにできることなら復興は手伝おう。スチームレギオンも解散し、この次元の忍者たちを元の国に戻らせる。
Could they at least apologise though?
そういうのも後にしましょう。それよりもそんな辛そうな顔はやめてもらえないかしら。これをあげるから。
Yeah, there's like a lot, isn't there? And then there's sort of like, you know, when you get on with the person, but then you start to grow apart, you know, due to like life experiences or expectations. I'd say that's the most hurtful one. You know, like you did get on together, you did work, but then you just slowly drift apart. It's not like you end up hating that person though, at least. But yeah, I suppose you have to have all of those, at least to similar degrees. I'd say maturity can be a bad one though. You know, like if there's just too big a difference with that. I do like the communication part though. Like if I have a problem, I'll always say. Because otherwise it like festers into resentment. You never ever ever want to get to resentment with friends, family, like romantic relationships. Aww. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, cats, like, it's like pets are lovely. Like, you know what you're getting from them, and they know what they're getting from you. It's basically they get food and warmth, and you get someone to talk to, and maybe stroke every so often. And if they like you, you feel like you've earned it. That's the best part about cats. Also, like when they act silly, that's a good one. I wish humans had that. You know, like when cats have high energy and they dart around the room. I wish humans had that. I wonder what that console's meant to be. Kind of reminds me of like a Ouya or something. You know, it's got like USB ports on it and things. Aw, that's really sweet. I had a cat, but she wasn't like super young. She was probably a few months old. I had her for a long, long time. Cats are like the best companions, definitely. And if they love you, like, you've earned it, definitely. Even if they're naughty, you've definitely like earned the good behaviours from them. I used to like talk to my cat though, because I was weird. Yeah, the sort of, I presume like the wonder where you've gone for all those hours.
どういうことだ。
これを私たちの次元に持っていけば新たな神、そしてそこに国が生まれるかもしれない。
I suppose at least they have something. Yeah, I've known people like that. Like, it's not useful, is it? I had an ex a bit like that, and then there was someone a little more recent who, it's not that they bottle things up, but they would not communicate about anything. You know, like, you have a small problem and then you just like, oh, I don't know, could we talk about that, and like, totally ignore it. And it ruined the relationship. Like, as well as like resentment, you know, like from them not talking and you not being able to communicate, that none of that works. It's terrible. Definitely need communication. But yeah, cats sleeping on you as well. They're stealing your body heat, by the way. used to do that. She'd like, when I went to bed, she'd like lie on top of us and then growl if I moved. It was definitely like she was stealing my body heat.
そうすればこの世界のように競争が生まれるかも。
I wish humans were more low maintenance like that, though, admittedly.
ミーたちの次元が蘇るその可能性がある。全て終わったつもりでいたが諦めるのはまだ早いと。そういうことなのか。
At least I got that weird blue console thing. Be nice if you saw how that went. But yeah, I do think communication's definitely important. I don't get why some people bottle things up, honestly. Because it doesn't benefit them and it doesn't benefit you. And honestly, it doesn't benefit anyone around you either. It's really bad. I've never saw a situation where that helped. Never. Not once. Definitely talk with people if you can. I mean, like, if the person didn't talk, I used to, like, write it down so they'd have to look at it. You know, if they refuse to listen words-wise. It doesn't really work, but at least they know your feelings. True, yeah. I suppose some people are, like, more... I guess I wonder if it's, like, something about when they were a kid, like, they didn't have any... confrontation to them never had a benefit, so maybe they're scared. It just means you're alone though with your feelings if you don't talk. And then, I don't know, you're not really together in that way, if so.
あ、そうよ。それが言いたかったの。きっと私たちみたいな美しい神、女神に生まれ変わるわよ。
I suppose. I mean, it is sort of the whole, you know, you're not allowed to show your feelings thing. Like with me, my mother was very confrontational, so naturally I'm quite the same. I don't know how to shut the fuck up. But, I don't know, I've met some people who just, like, they feel their feelings are a burden on others, for some reason. So they won't, like, talk about it. Even if you're just being kind and just saying, please, just say your problem, please. I'm not even angry, just say it. Then we can work it out. I don't know, some people just can't though, I guess. I hope like one day they change out of it, because it's horrible. Aw, that means they really like you though, if they purr. Like, I know it's like a trust thing, because they get like endorphins when they purr, and they're like super relaxed. So... I mean, some cats are like that with anyone, but it's usually earned. Like, my cat wouldn't purr for anyone else. She liked her chin rubbed. I wonder if you have to see, like, enough consequences of it, you know, with time. Sadly, I've never been that way, so I don't know how to help someone out of the mentality. But I try not to be, like, nasty or judgmental with it. I just want to understand their perspective. That's why I like to talk about stuff.
違うね。その顔は絶対に何も考えてなかった顔よ。私の話を止めたのは暗くてシリアスな雰囲気が嫌だっただけでしょ。
So she's still silly in this form. Really? I didn't know that. That's kind of cool though. I know, like the like, you know, the purring has like a comforting effect on like humans as well. So they use like cats as therapy animals, you know, for like old people and stuff. I know that, but I didn't know like it had a more of a physical effect too. I mean, some cats like really vibrate though. You know, like you can hear the purring across the room. I'd also recommend talking to your cat, you know, just as an outlet. Sometimes they don't mind. I do like it. I do like how she sort of, I do like how she maintains more of Neptune that way. Whereas like Noir's quite... Noir's like more prideful, much more prideful when she transforms. A lot more straightforward too. I wonder if it's as well like you feel like you've earned it, you know, like when you're talking to them and stuff. Like you've earned like their trust, so they're comforted around you. In return you're comforted by them. It kind of works. True, I suppose she doesn't display it too often. I'd say she does when things get serious, but that is quite rare in Neptunia stuff.
これからは伝説じゃない巫女に変えないとね。それだと特別な感じがしない。巫女姫とかどう？
Unlegendary is most. That's definitely an insult.
もうからかってますね。
I suppose that works. If purring's flirting, it certainly works. Aww. I do feel sorry for him though. He's so shy, isn't he? I kind of like, you know, how he acted with Uni. It was quite sweet.
安心して。どんな姫でも私はついてくよ。
I hope he's in other games as well.
皆さんありがとうございます。大切にしますね。
True, that is like quite unique for him. He's pretty much the only one that's achieved that. So that's not really happened before.
ユウたち迷惑をかけたな。徹子、これからもよろしく頼む。
But then you have the alternative, you know, like Iris Heart, like scaring the hell out of like Purple Heart even, and like Black Heart. Like she legit scared them. I love seeing, you know, different sides to the characters. That's why I like Plutia in particular. I'm weird like that.
やっと笑顔が戻ってきたわね。丸く収まったってことで最終ミッションクリアよ。
Oh, I love the ending scenes. Oh, they made it like an 8-bit one as well. I love these ones. Everything Iris Heart is just violent. What about with Mr. Bad? One day I want them to, you know, make a game like these. Like legit. These are like my favourite. Those have like cool like music too. How does the tone feel familiar? I like the train one. I'm surprised someone hasn't, you know, made a pixel game of Nair. You know, inspired by some of these. He stole that. Doggo with horns. But yeah, I love these traditional things. I like you know, the sort of Final Fantasy style battle ones they show as well. That one looks cool. Like this net one. They should make that one. Like the designs look really nice. Also, I suppose they tell their own little stories as well, don't they? Because they're like slightly alternative ones to what's going on. I know, it's amazing. No one ever praises them for it either. I know there's like sequences and stuff, like people have got like, you know, uploaded all of the things. I mean, there is like the top net game though.
大名として今回の顛末を書き記しておきましょう。後の世のために。
You know, the top net game, that one's like a pixel one. I don't think it's going to be the same style though, but at least we'll have something. Yeah, we'll have a Discord. Sorry, I banged my keyboard. Sorry, I got like spooked by the keyboard. Because I have it on the floor because I don't have enough space for it. I've got my PC's on my coffee table, so I don't have like a lot of space. But yeah, it's only like a small Discord. Damn. That like sounds like it weighs a lot though. Like, how much, like, is that like you hold stuff and you do like squats? How do you like maintain your balance? Because I've always been terrible with those, you know, like deadlifts and things. I can't do them. I can't do deadlifts at all. But yeah, I totally get you like wanting to work out to do like cosplays and things. I wouldn't mind doing that. I'm too insecure.
超忍者大戦。突如襲来したスチームレギオンが仕掛けてきた大戦。忍者たちの働きにより、その脅威は退けられました。
Ah. So is it more like... No, it's okay, don't worry, I get what you mean. So it's like... I know there's like other sort of exercises. What about, you know, rowing machines? Because they do your legs. I don't know if they make you as strong though as deadlifts. Because those things are like beasts. Like, that's how you destroy people. Like you learn deadlifts. Like you do like a deadlift for someone who's like 6 or 7 stone, just chuck them. I suppose, yeah, the leg presses. There's also those machines, you know, where you like, it like pushes your legs out and like you push your legs in, it sort of does your inner thighs, doesn't it? That one seems like it would make them strong. I mean, you know, hill walking, that does quite a bit as well for your legs. Wow. Sounds like it weighs a lot. That must be like, I'm guessing that must be at least 100 stone. It has to be. If you can do, like, max out the machine though, that's still impressive, definitely. I wonder if you could ask if you could get like a special one. You know, just to test it. Okay, that's still quite heavy. I don't know why, but I like equate everything in stone. It's not very normal for British people. But I can't like imagine a weight without imagining it as a person. So that'd be like 66 stones, like a very, very skinny woman. Or like a teenager's weight, I'd say. Or maybe a very big child, but definitely teenagers. No, that's still impressive. It's very impressive. I'm just trying to think what I can do. Like, I'm more endurance based rather than strength based. Like, for some reason I just can't build my arms at all. They're too weak. My legs are fine, but not my arms. I used to do running as a kid, so my legs are nice and strong. But I never lifted enough, I guess. That's really good. How, like, did you go to, like, gyms and stuff to do all of that? Or do you have, like, a home gym? Hey, Adele. How are you?
ごめんなさい。私たちはゲーム機を使って次元を復活させてみせます。うん、頑張ってね。どんな失敗もすべて修行。諦めなければいつかたどり着ける。
I suppose in theory they could make a sequel to this, couldn't they?
俺も行こう。貴様たちの次元とやらに連れて行け。ミーたちの次元についてくるのか。再び帰ってこれるかはわからないぞ。
And if she wants to fight people, I guess, get her memories back. She still hasn't got them back, has she? I'm glad you're good, Adele. How's your afternoon been? I'm okay as well. Also, you're into like martial arts. I think that's like a good way of keeping fit. Is it like due to COVID and things that you couldn't go? Nah, I get that, definitely. I think that's a good way of being, you know, to overcome your weaknesses. Like in my case, I want to get my arms a bit stronger just so I could carry things better. It's not like I'm weak or anything, but yeah. Ah. I mean, you can practice them on your own, but it's not quite the same, is it? Don't worry, I'm like used to autocorrect unless it like really goes funny. Ah, nice. How many like more exams do you have to do as well? Or is this one of the last ones? I hope you feel good though. Don't feel like insecure or anything. Like getting full marks means you're doing well. Like definitely.
歌方そこへ行くこれは手がかりがあるなら
How
やる
did you get here then? I did forget to say as well, congrats. But yeah, I hope like they stop stressing you, because that's the worst bit. But be proud though, you did like you worked really hard. I just hope you don't have as much anxiety over them now. Like you're smart. Like if I did that, I'd not got full marks. I could have dedicated myself and still not done it. But yeah, you deserve like a reward for it. I hope like your parents get you something nice. Or at least like don't torment you for a bit. No, don't make you do anything like you don't want to do.
そうだったね。けどそのキーワードだけでついていくなんてまあクールっては徹底してるよね。
Okay, that's not too bad. So you're like right near the end, kinda. How long are the final exams? Do you have them like all together, or do they have like breaks in between? I hope they give you a bit of time to study for them.
私も記憶喪失キャラとして見習わないとだね。
But she'll learn some in time eventually.
それだけではないあの風景陽の記憶にあった供物平坂のミーの記憶つまりミーたちの次元のことか
Okay. I didn't know that. Like, do you learn that from finishing the story? I kind of took it she was like a reference to like another game character, you know, just because of stuff she says. But I couldn't quite place it. I wonder if anyone's like written it down somewhere.
なぜだかわからんが懐かしさを感じた俺のなくした記憶が故郷だと言っている気が
I thought so. I just keep forgetting the name of it. Like it's I feel like she's, you know, from that really difficult game from like ages ago. I think it was made by Koei Tecmo as well. Because it's like his character's in Dead or Alive, or no, Ayane is in his game. Tails the Ninja. Who made that one? Has it been localized as well? Aww. I'm glad you get a bit of a break between, like they're not really stressing you loads. Were your parents happy as well? I hope they were. They should be proud. Like anyone would be, like getting full marks and everything. I hope they are. Along with your teachers. Definitely.
でも行ってみないとわからないし思い出すといいね。ゴーさんも次元を超えてきた可能性があるということですね。わかりました。一緒に来て構いません。
Okay. I have to look that one up. Because I hate not knowing the references. Like, it's been, like, sort of bothering me the entire time not knowing. Because I thought they were referencing, like, Dead or Alive. And a choir game. At least if it's by a choir, it's good. Was it released in America as well? Hopefully you all didn't have to import, because that's horrible. It's horrible importing PS2 stuff.
俺は記憶を失ったんだ。貴様らのことは忘れない。
PSP's not bad though.
また会おう。
Like that one wasn't even region locked. PSP was godly for that.
約束だよ。記憶が戻っても戻らなくても真っ黒は真っ黒だから。
Yeah, I have to check on that as well.
スチームレギオンを去り、各国は復興を始めました。そして多大な活躍をした V の国の伝説の巫女、アール姫とその忍者の勇気は。
I'm trying to work out, you know, what the Steam Legion thing is as well. You know what that's a reference to? Because it's clearly meant to be Western.
今日もいい匂いがする。どんな味がするのかな。味見してみてもいい？
Ah, no worries. When I like googled it, it came up with the PS2 version. I've never played it. I've like missed so many PS2 games. I couldn't like get a lot of them for some reason. I got more Nintendo stuff. It was like easier to get where I was.
勇気、やめてください。それに何にも味はしません。
It not tastes like anything's. I thought it could be, but sometimes they're not as obvious as that. I mean, the Western thing feels like it has to be a Western thing. They couldn't be referencing like the handheld, could they? You know that Valve's making. I've basically only played like JRPGs, but I had to go back to the PS2 rather than play it as it came out. Oh, I know. R4's like quite a good localization as well. I hope, you know, like the new, if they ever make a new mainline, that they do have like the new Steam handheld as like a CPU. It'd have to technically be like a sister though, because it's not a big console. Maybe. I wonder if it should be really small. Maybe that would be it. And she'd have to be Western, so they'd have to make those references. And she hates visual novels.
塩対応すぎるよ、姫。それにベールの時と態度が違う気がする。もしかして私のこと嫌？
This poor girl's getting like smothered in her own way.
ベールさんは他国の方ですから失礼があってはいけませんし、勇気だって分かっているでしょ。
I wonder what, do you ever remember, you know, when Compile Hearts said they were going to have, what was it, 1,000% like Neptunia game that was going to be like way above our expectations or something? Whatever happened to that? And they did hint it was mainline. Do you think like Sony killed it? You know, because of the censorship crap. I really do wish they'd do a story about that. If they can do one about piracy, they can do one about Sony screwing everyone over. Noir can be the bad guy. She's controlled by evil Westerners. That'd be kind of cool as well. They could do like a console wars version again. There's like an alternate timeline. I mean, they could like focus on the old era again. I'd like it if they focused on like Plutia's sort of, you know, the 90s sort of time zone. Well, 80s, 90s time zone. More than 2000 because 2000's cursed.
お二人を見ているともどかしくてキュンとしてくるです。私と愛ちゃんみたいですね。
Is that a hint?
そうかしら。もどかしいことなんてもうないでしょ。ほら、私もコンパと何を言わせたいのよ。
Aww. Are they going like with fan canon then? With that? Because it feels like it.
この騒がしさが平和の証ですね。
I mean, that could be fun, you know, to do like an alternate. I do like when they used to reference the game industry more direct though.
すみません、皆さん。鳩の国の復興を学び、Vの国にも生かすはずが、これでは毎日遊んでいるだけです。
Aww. At least it can come back any time. But yeah, I do kind of wish, you know, in V2 we got to see Kurome and Uzume like, you know how basically they fight each other. That's like their version of them saying they came to terms with each other and accepted each other. I'd quite like it if I don't know, I'd quite like it if they expanded on it. We got to see them bond properly. But yeah, they could do with more writers, just to do something. Just do anything.
気にしないでください。R姫たちは今回の功労者ですし、女神4人の強い希望もありましたから。
But I do want them to do a story about the censorship one day.
姫、元気も
We'll move Matt Avatar though.
約束したでしょ。鳩の国のプリン団子っての、あんするよ。いえ、ですから私は遊びに来ているわけではなく、大名の娘としてイストワール様のお仕事を学ぶために来ているんです。出航なら外を見た方がいいって。わかった。歩くと疲れるから嫌なんだよね。私が抱っこする。それならいい
They're
でしょ。
obsessed with the princess carry, aren't they? I don't think that'd be okay. I mean, I do wonder, you know, did you ever know about the there was like a Vita game, I think, you know, with chaos versions of the characters. They usually, I think it was the main four. No, you had the sisters too. There's all had these like marks on them, like a tattoo. I wonder if that was like a bit of how the story. Ah, nice. Did you like it? Because I never got the chance to play it. I just saw a lot of the artwork for it. I like the idea it was done a bit like that though.
もっとダメです。離れなさい。からかってるだけですよね。はあ、昔の勇気はこんなんじゃなかったの
They've
に。
been a bad influence on her.
私も鳩の国で勉強したんだ。忠義を示す方法をね。姫やみんなにどこか壁を作っていたけど、やめた。
Did it have any voice acting at all? So you can sort of pick it up that way. If not though, that'd be really difficult. I tend to import stuff. So, I mean, I think it was quite a small one, so it might not have had much. I do wish I had though, like, bothered with it. It's just you have to like reset your Vita every single time, and I hated doing that. I really hated doing that, to be honest. But I think someone did like summarize it, like the chaos versions weren't like as bad as it seemed. Like there was a reason behind it. Just can't remember it.
デートしてみたいです。愛ちゃん、試しにお願いしてもいいですか？
Yay, they're going with fan canon.
コンパまで。ダメよ。みんな平和になっておかしくなってるだけ。私まで影響されるわけには。でも試すぐらいは。いい加減にしてください。皆さんまでネプテューヌさんたちみたいにならないでください。
Neptune isn't that bad. She's not like lovey-dovey anyway.
わかりました。そんなに暇なら全員にミッシ ションを与えます。働きなさい。まったくもう。
I kind of like the colour purple. That was my main reason. Also, I like cat girls, so it was a bit of that too. I suppose my favourite colours are blue and purple. That's kind of why I had the weird mix. I do want to come up with like a different costume though. I mean, my hair's braided though. So it's a bit like Neptune's, or Purple Heart more accurately. Whereas the messy style was more like, I was more inspired by like Lutia's style. Kinda.
さて、仕事の続きを。多大な活躍をした忍者女神4人とハニパ4人を忘れてはいけません。彼女たちは
Are they being silly too?
今宵こそはハトの国のシェアクリスタルを破壊し
Ah, back to that.
私たちの任務です。
I know, you'd think she'd just be like, fine, I'll just run the country myself then. Because in a way she pretty much is, isn't she? Because Neptune must create more paperwork in her own way.
また来たのね。いいわ。いつも通り追い返してあげる。
I do love their designs though, and this is beautiful. Especially Noir's. Noir's is really nice.
同じだと思うだよ。新しい技を試させてもらう。
I mean, technically the sisters in this, because they're in like the like little chat thing. Why don't she just like, she should make like Neptunia the leader and just like ignore Neptune as much as possible. For the paperwork's sake.
威勢はいいが、どうせ大層な名前をつけただけだろう。ま、嫌いじゃねえけどな。
言っておくが、私はいつでも本気だ。油断しているとやけどじゃ済まないぞ。自分たちだけが成長していると思っているなら、やけどをするのはあなたたちになります。
At least I know why they have to fight now, kinda.
そろそろ行くよ。これが私たちだから。
本当に懲りない。いいわ。女神の力、思い知らせてあげる。
Oh yeah, if you like platinum this, or do you not like bother with platinum stuff?
お互いにね。アスカ、舞い忍びます。
But yeah, their designs are so nice. Definitely. I mean the you know, the peach thing, like that one's definitely more of a Senran thing.